It's your boy Breakdowns of Jay, and we're going to talk about Sean Payton's comments on Bo Nix. He stated that he's the most pro-ready quarterback out of the class because of his lengthy career in college, where he started out at Auburn, couldn't get over the hump, struggled, then went to Oregon and saw a little bit of success, if you want to call that success, playing in a key bowl game. But other than that, he's had a mediocre college career, and I think that's signs to be excited from Sean Payton. This Sean Payton, who is put out there as a quarterback guru from a lot of outlets in the media space that just grovel at his feet. Drew Brees made Sean Payton. Sean Payton should go to sleep and pray and thank the Lord, the heavens, that he had Drew Brees come to New Orleans, because he would have been out of there in the first few years and we would have never heard of Sean Payton. He would have been another guy in the machine. Loomis, if you want to talk about what got New Orleans to where they went. Loomis, the GM, put that team together. You had so much talent come through there, skill position wise. Sean Payton's play calling is one of the most basic crap you'll ever see. A dump off, a slant, a deep ball, another dump off, a screen, a punt. That's literally his play calling. And Bo Nix is right up his alley because he's atrocious in the pocket. He's a check down merchant. He goes deep occasionally, and he's going intermediate a lot more than not. Sean Payton should have in his NFL description, when speaking of him and his legacy, Drew Brees attached to NFL head coach Sean Payton, or former NFL head coach Sean Payton. Because you had Taysom Hill for a few games, Jameis Winston for a few games, Teddy Bridgewater, you're a guru? I mean, come on now. This guy's a killer of culture in the locker room. Look what he just did in Denver this past season. Something you could have built on heading into this upcoming season. This is a team, mind you, led by Russell Wilson, that beat the Buffalo Bills, the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs, the Cleveland Browns. Like, come on now, the Green Bay Packers. These are all playoff teams or teams that won a game in the playoffs or the Super Bowl. Like, that's what's the crazy part about what Sean Payton did. And he put out there that Russell Wilson was bad for the team and all of this because his ego couldn't take any blame coming his way. Well, Sean Payton, you're going to have a season where you win 2 games and you're going to get all the blame pie. And that general manager, George Payton. Because you go out and proceed to get Nathaniel Hackett because you are sure that you're going to get Aaron Rodgers. You're positive. It's going to happen. Mark Slareth, the guy up there doing the podcast, he's coming. He double dips and does not come. He got his friend Nathaniel Hackett a job. That's ultimately what happened. And then you go plan B, get Russell Wilson. You put him with a first-time head coach, veteran quarterback, that goes left. And then you get big old Sean Payton thinking he's the second coming of you know what, come in there and saying this is my show. And when it was put into the players' hands, they went on a stretch. And then when Sean Payton couldn't take the credit being divided to other people, he comes out and he destroys that, kills the locker room. That's what he is. He's a locker room killer and a cancer. Look what he did in New Orleans. There were multiple players that did not like Sean Payton. But I'm telling you, Drew Brees was the key reason on why that worked. If he went to Saban in Miami, it would have been the same result for Sean Payton. And look how history would have turned out. Wow. Just picture that. Was that 2000s Dolphins team with that stud defense with Drew Brees? Oh my goodness, he can make any throw on the field. What did Sean Payton, tap into Drew Brees for? He was doing the stuff in San Diego. He just couldn't stay healthy, and they were rotating through Doug Flutie and Phillip Rivers. I mean, really, what did he do that was so odd and just remarkable? To where you get these guys out here just thinking he's the Messiah. It's like he's not. I'm sorry, he's not. And I think this is the thing that's gonna put the nail in the coffin for Sean Payton in his coaching career. Because his play calling is so outdated and it's so simplified, he's going to go out to more experienced, but more adapting, and schemes are at an all-time high type of play calling. And what I mean by that, the Kevin O'Connells, the Mike McDaniels, those guys, Matt LaFleur, these guys that are always creating these out of the world schemes are overlapping Sean Payton's schemes. And he's going to go out on his merit, and he's going to go out how he came in and thinking how he was. That's going to ultimately come back to bite him, and he's going to be gone here in a year or two. It's going to be over. I think he was always put on this pedestal. With Drew Brees, the great Drew Brees, you went 3 years, 7-9. Please explain to me that. With Drew Brees, you had some of the most collapsing playoff losses I've ever seen, and you had a part to do with those. Play calling situationally was awful, straight bad. There was so much I can pick from it that he didn't do right. And I think this is just how it's going to go, that they're not going to have a good season. They're going to end up getting one of these quarterbacks, and we won't hear from Sean Payton once they fire him, George Payton. They're going to get rid of everybody and start over, because you could have built on something from this past season, but you decided to destroy it. And it sucks for Denver fans. They haven't had a solid quarterback and seeing success since Peyton Manning. 2015, man. We're about to be on 10 years since that. It's a shame. But that's what you got to deal with. And he also has butchered teams as well, because he makes decisions off of emotion. He'll get rid of guys and divide the locker room off decisions like that. You've heard key guys come out, well, I don't know why he was let go, or why did they trade him, and anything like that. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys believe Bo Nix is going to be this really good quarterback in the pros? Or do you guys believe what I think? He's not going to be that good. And do you guys think Sean Payton's overrated? It was Drew Brees. And do you believe he'll be out of here in a couple of years? So let me know what you guys think. It's your boy Breakdowns with Jay. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'm out.